What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. And this is the football news on December 6th, 2024 for you all today, day after Christmas, of course, that is. And man, like, I'm talking about more football stuff on my podcast. It's the first time, and I noticed this after I made my Netflix review football game videos, like with the Chiefs against Pittsburgh and Baltimore against Houston. But yeah, But yeah, I'd say like this week is the first time, like in any week or any time of the day and year, like of 2024, that I made more football videos than I do wrestling. And the only thing I did for wrestling is wrestling news, and that was like back in Monday and Tuesday. Which I'll say, which by tomorrow I'm gonna be doing my third wrestling news video of the week. Or yeah. So yeah, this is a very shocking, I guess, kind of accolade, I guess you could say. Like normally, I would expect to do more wrestling than football, but since like there was football games and I did football news, like today and then this past Sunday was one of them. Oh yeah, that's because like all the wrestling stuff, like it's just like it was pre-recorded because it was Christmas, and I thought I'd give the week off, I guess. So I guess that's where it came from because I mean, I did watch Raw, NXT, and AEW Dynamite, but it was just pre-taped from like a week ago, and I figured it would make no sense and no point of making a review video of that. But like but yeah, no worries. Next week I will be making review videos on both WWE and AEW, and I'm definitely gonna be doing the AEW what's that simulcast next week on the New Year's Fight of the Fallen edition of Dynamite when they go both on Max and TBS, while be simulcast I should say, and then Monday Night Raw when they go to Netflix as well. So stay tuned for that because that's gonna be exciting to talk about here on the SNA podcast. But what we're here doing today is talking about the wildest and intriguing football news stories and transfers that you assassinators need to know from the Sportskeeda football article. And yeah, and without any further delay, let's get started. We got some Chase Daniels news now as he pins blame for Russell Wilson's late season slump on Steelers defense. And it says right here that former Super Bowl champion Chase Daniels opened up about like Russell Wilson after the Steelers like lost their on Christmas, like on the big day, like the Pittsburgh Steelers like struggled with their game and lost to the Kansas City team, but with only a 29-10 scoring, like with a 19-point game. And oh yeah, I totally forgot Chase Daniels did used to play for the Chiefs, but he was the Alex Smith from like 2013 till 2015. But following the loss, fans were critical of Wilson's performance, like in the match, like and even expressed their frustration on social media. However, admits this a former American footballer, Chase Daniels, blamed Wilson's late season like slump, his season slump defense. Like he also said that the Steelers shouldn't lose faith in their quarterback. In a recent interview with the facial entity, like Daniels had this to say on the matter of the like from last night's game. When it was still on of yesterday, but since week 12, like that defense is allowed 27.7 points like per game, like not good 27.7 points a game. Like so when you're on offense, like in your quarterback, and you know your defense is not playing well, and you know their defense is not the Pittsburgh Steelers defense of older, like what what we're used to sometimes. You press and when you press his quarterbacks, you make bad plays. That's what I think is happening with Russell Wilson. And you can see it on the video here. Like that was that was recently published by Fantasy Football's X account.
Have been made the last couple weeks. He has turned the ball over at inopportune times, meaning red zone turnovers is something that you cannot do back-to-back weeks now with red zone turnovers. Last week was a fumble. This week, an errant throw. When you talk about do you trust your quarterback, sometimes when you turn the football over, you lose confidence. Russell Wilson's been through stuff like this in his career, so I'm not worried about it. What I am worried about, and we'll get to it later, but I want to throw it out there. Since week 12, that defense has allowed 27.7 points per game. Not good. 27.7 points a game. So when you're on offense and you're a quarterback and you know your defense is not playing well and you know their defense is not the Pittsburgh Steelers defense of old or what we're used to, sometimes you press. And when you press as quarterbacks, you make bad plays. That's what I think is happening with Russell Wilson.
And do you agree with the former quarterback in the NFL? Like, do you think Russell Wilson has to be to blame for this? I hate to say this, and I would definitely double hate to say it because he's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the NFL, like from over the years. Like, but yeah, he had nobody else to blame but himself. Like, he barely got one touchdown. That was him running it in. But since then, they did not score. Probably only just barely a field goal. Like, yeah, which he could have at least scored like whenever he had the ball. Like it wasn't really the defense's fault. Like it's just like Chiefs were just a tad bit better, like both of their positions, and that's what the reason why they. But anyways, yeah. I'll say, yeah, Russell Wilson had nothing else to blame. He kind of caused the Steelers that game. Like and that's what they got. Record is 10-6, while the Chiefs are at 15-1, which I hope he does get 16-1. I was hoping that it would be 17-0, but I think they broke up an all-time record, like at least in their book. And they're the second ever NFL team that gotten 15-1, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, they're the second NFL team of all time of doing that, achieving this record. But anyways, like in their last game against the Kansas City Chiefs, the Pittsburgh Steelers had an unfortunate day. The team's coach, Mike Tomlin, opened up about the team's performance following the game. Say like into that on that matter, like that sucks. Like to be blunt, like not the type of ball we want to play, like and really early, like early yeah, similar like to our last performance in that we're not doing the fundamentals that's well enough. It was their third loss, like in a row, having previously struggled, like against Baltimore, like where they lost 34-17. Dang! Like, and prior to that, uh, defeated by Philadelphia 17-13, or 27-13. My apologies, Assassinators. Defends Russell Wilson for his fumble against Baltimore. Blame for Pittsburgh losing. Well, let me know in the comments down below. But if you ask me, yeah, it's dreadlock a-hole. But like, I just think it only had something to do with somebody on Pittsburgh, and that was Russell. Because Chiefs did their job, like, and they showed that they definitely want to win their third straight title in a row, like when it comes to back-to-back. But overall, like, win their fourth Super Bowl championship of the decade. But yeah. Well, let's move on. We got this this former Pittsburgh Steelers player defends Wilson of that horrifying mistake against the Ravens. Had a tough time on. He had a tough time grounded in the Pittsburgh Steelers game against the AFC North rivals in Week 16, and Wilson fumbled in the red zone area, but Pittsburgh Steelers former quarterback, none other than Ben Roethlisberger, defended the quarterback during his appearance on the footballing podcast. He stated, "I feel like if he would have slid and we would have went back and watched it, the fans would have been like, why did he slide in question? Why didn't he try to make a play? You've got a guy that's, I don't care if he's 35, 36, or even 37, how old Russ is, which Russ is an athlete, when you watch that end zone view, and you see him running, there's one quickly bounced back and won 5 consecutive games. They lost to Cleveland in Week 12 on the Thursday night game. I remember watching that. And me and my family were like, how they lose to a sorry team? With all due respect to Cleveland, because they're not Cincinnati. But why would you lose to a team that's not at its best right now? But then won the two contests before losing 3 in a row. But what are your thoughts on Ben Roethlisberger's opinion about the reason why the mistake even happened in the first place in Russell Wilson's case, which he said he's a very great and phenomenal athlete. Well, he didn't say exactly phenomenal, but he said, well, you would get what he. You get what I'm trying to say. What he was referring to him as, which it was everything and a compliment kind of man. But do you think that Pittsburgh's gonna bounce back and probably get their final win of the season and get be 11-6, or do you think they're gonna be 10-7 on whoever they're gonna play against? Which I think it's probably not Baltimore, because they already played them this past week. Yeah. Before the Chiefs, of course. But so it's going to be, I believe it's going to be Cleveland or Cincinnati. Next week, whoever it is, I hope Pittsburgh do win and they get a spot, even if it is in the, even if it is on the 5th place spot in the AFC North, in the AFC playoff division overall. But let me know what y'all's opinions in the comments section right down below. But I agree with Ben Roethlisberger. Despite the big mistake, that doesn't take away that he's that his age is getting to him. If anything, he's in his best. At his best career of his, at his best peak of his career, even though he's not a multi-time Super Bowl champion, which he only won 1 Super Bowl, which that was over a decade ago. I already knew that, but that doesn't mean he cannot bounce back from this and finally win at least 1 more Super Bowl, pulling the Peyton Manning. He won with Seattle. I wouldn't doubt if he won with somebody like Pittsburgh or whoever that's that needs him to make their team make a difference, and make the team. Yeah, how Patrick Mahomes kind of did when he became the head starting quarterback. He almost led into in his first year as a rookie to a Super Bowl, but it took him an extra year to get there. But he managed to did so, and he went to 3 more Super Bowls and won 2 extra more. But let's move on to the next slide. We got Jason Kelsey's wife, Kylie. news now as she reveals like most romantic thing that the ex former Eagles said to her, and it says right here, uh, by uh, by the family of the former Philadelphia Eagles center Jason Kelsey, have been married to his wife, Kylie, like for 6 years, but it wasn't like until recently like the podcast talked about the most romantic thing that the former ex player like said to her like Kylie Kelsey's confession like came on her Not Gonna Lie podcast, like in an exclusive episode like of the NGL like podcast on uh on Ky, Kylie like it says Kylie Kelsey recalled a romantic Christmas tradition that she has carried out with her husband, yeah, exactly, Jason Kelsey, recalling the tradition and explaining how it was the most romantic thing that the retired NFL star said. Kylie said, one tradition outside of our kids, like that Jason and I did quite some time ago, is we went like on our first trip together as a couple, and Jason had discussed we should try to get an or enamored, like how great would it be like if we eventually ended up like with a tree covered in or ornaments like from all the places that we've been together, which might have been like one of the most romantic things he's ever said. and and that's what she continued and further added when she further added this, like the only issue is that we went like through the whole trip and forgot to look for Christmas ornaments uh when we were in the airport about to be in our way home. We had to stop into the souvenir shop that's in the airport. Like the only thing that they had were keychains, so we committed to the bid and stuck with it. Like now, we have a Christmas tree covered in keychains. Like apart from having a romantic Christmas tradition with her husband, like J- Jason Kelsey and Kylie, also has a unique tradition with her kids, with the podcaster discussed during the same episode, which we're gonna get into right now. But I want to ask you real quickly for the days in this time of the year, with them decorating the Christmas tree into that manner, which it does kind of sound very nice and lovely. Like yeah, when it comes to doing some family Christmas traditions, why not have those every year? That's what makes the holiday even special, right? And that's what I heard from plenty of wise people. Like they say, Christmas doesn't have to be one tradition. Like you can have multiple and variety of traditions, how you want it to be. But yeah, but let me know what your thoughts on to this in the comments section right down below. But let's move on and talk about more about what's going on in the Kelsey family. Well, at least in Jason's side, I should say. And yeah, and his wife Kylie also revealed like Christmas tradition with their daughters, like and uh and yeah, Jason Kelsey and his wife Kylie are parents like to three and are expecting their fourth child. Like Jason and Kylie shared a special Christmas tradition with their daughters, like where instead of buying the Christmas tree like from the marketplace, like the Kelsey family goes out like and gets it from their farm and talking about like the adorable the tradition like during the same exclusive episode. Kylie Kelsey said, "We have for the last couple of years like cut." Cut down our Christmas tree. We go like to like and lovely go to a lovely farm nearby. Our our yeah, a stop our Safa farms and cut down like we go out into the field like on the tractor and like we cut down our Christmas tree. The girls absolutely loved it. And it says right here like we also like have slowly been like increasing the number of decorations like that are inside of our house. Like we have to be mindful like of what we choose and how high up like we do. Like we do them because kids like and a lot of holiday decorations are breakable that she concluded like talking about her Christmas tradition like Kylie Kelsey shared her her weird experience running the not gonna lie podcast like in the latest episode of the New Heights on the New Heights podcast by Travis and Jake. The New Heights podcast with her husband Jason and her brother-in-law, also known as Jason's brother, Travis Kelsey. Like, but what are your thoughts on to this story that she mentioned on her podcast that she get from where they get their Christmas tree from in their nearby farm? Like and yeah, let me know in the comment section right down below and what your opinions on that, which I think that's very nice. Like that they do it that way, even though maybe like some of y'all probably say it's kind of risky to cut down a real Christmas tree, but don't get me wrong. Like as long as if they as long as it's not as long as they're if they know any safety precautions like before like disasters start happening, like I get like, that's all that matters. Like as long as there's not gonna be no fire gonna be happening or no type of harm that's gonna be done. Like I think there's nothing to worry about. Yeah, for those that's not really fans of real Christmas tree, but don't get me wrong. I actually, even though even though yeah, in my family's household we always have the artificial kinds, but like but don't get me wrong, if there was like if I did encounter like a real Christmas tree, I wouldn't hesitate of getting one. I just need to know and learn how to take care of it, and also do some safety precautions like before like any disasters happen, like prevent them from happening like in the first place, like by like make sure it gets watered and yeah, and not always keep the lights on it all day because it could easily could burn the wood and start a fire. But yeah, but I think they know all those safety precautions. Like, so yeah, there's nothing to worry about in the Kelsey's house. Like because we would have hurt some by now if like if it was if like if they didn't didn't know how to take care of a real Christmas tree. But let's move on to the next slide. We got a NFL analyst claims Woody Johnson Johnson's Robert Saleh move is ruined in 2024. Woody Johnson Woody Johnson's decision to fire Robert Saleh occurred when the days were long and the weather wasn't as hostile despite the two in a half months that have transpired since the move was made. The Jets have only continued to the spiral like and it says right here that one NFL analyst claimed the move. Speaking on Thursday's edition of Get Up, NFL analyst uh, Saturday slammed Jeff Jeff Saturday slammed Johnson's decision and and had this to say on the matter. Like Jets firing Robert Saleh like 4 games in the season after we had a quarterback come off in an Achilles injury. Like how many games have they won? Like since they fired him in question, two games. Like Woody Johnson, however, you thought was going to happen, whatever spark you thought firing the smartest guy in your building was not the thing to do. The defense got worse. Offense didn't pick it up. Absolutely awful. They have no idea what's going on in New York. The Jets, two wins since the firing came against the AFC South in October 31st, 21-13 win over the Houston over the yeah against the Houston Texans in a fifth fifth December 15th, 32-25 win, which the first scoring number of the Jets made is a lucky number of 2024, which we're going to move on for 2025. Got a win over in Jacksonville against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Those teams in the South Division. And then exploring the events that led up to Robert Saleh's firing, which we're going to do right here. And Robert Saleh's firing was a surprise to many in the time of the disastrous 2020 point. But it says right here that when the Jets fired Saleh, Aaron Rodgers' team was 2-3. Rodgers opened his reason with a Monday night football loss to the San Francisco 49ers, followed by a win over the Tennessee Titans. They then blew out the New England Patriots 24-3, jumping to a 2-1 record. However, just 2 weeks later, Gareth Wilson team was 2-3, follow a loss to and the Denver Broncos. Of course, looking back, the Jets only lost to a team now over over 500 was to the defending NFC champions the San Francisco 49ers. Saleh was fired, followed the loss to the Minnesota Vikings. But what are your thoughts on this opinion? Do you agree with the NFL analyst Jeff, like for saying like the fired like the former coach of the New York Jets, which is Robert Saleh, like which he described him as the smartest man in the team, which he could be, and. And do you think that they could bring him back, or do you think he's going to move on to a different team? Which I think that's going to be happening. And when he does move to another team, he'll be doing just at least a pinch better than he was on the Jets. Because if I'm being completely honest, like it was like it ended up like getting like they just were ended up not going to go to the playoffs anyway. So it's not like they have lost everything. Like, and they have Aaron Rodgers as the quarterback. Like I don't think it's the coaching. Like it's the like what is not doing right is the plays. Like they need to they need to come up with better plays in general. But let me know in the comment section right down below. But moving on, we got okay, now we got some news about the best chairman and CEO of the best team of the NFL in the United States, and that is the Chiefs CEO Clark Hunt, like and his wife Travia, Tavia, not Travia. It's Wild and R. Like Tavia celebrates as uh, like worth with a $24,800,000,000 family spends like on Christmas together. And it says right here that Kansas City Chiefs CEO Clark Hunt's wife Tavia like that celebrated like Christmas with her family. The Chiefs like had their match against the Pittsburgh Steelers on Christmas Day, exactly on the dot, and the Hunt family enjoyed the festival while watching the game. Tavia like recently shared pictures of her Christmas celebration like on her Instagram account where where she has around like 121,000 followers. Like as it was match day, like and and Tavia like celebrated like Christmas on the ground, like with her family. Like the Hunt family stole the show, like in red and black outfits. Like while Tavia stunned in all white, like she donned like a stunning oversized white jacket along with a winter cap, like and watching not watching matching. I don't know where my with cap with a with a with a caption saying Merry Christmas in double explanations. Like playing like on the road, like on Christmas isn't what we ask Santa for. Like, but like we're grateful for the chance to cheer on our Chiefs. Ain't that the truth? I have to agree on that one. Like as like Tiny Tim would say, God bless us, everyone. Like, thankful for this wonderful life. Like, yeah, like favorite Christmas movie, which is obviously referring to Christmas Carol. But you can see it for yourself on Instagram, like which it shows them in their pretty cool, outfits. And I'll say congratulations to them. And I would say, even though they have to go on the road and not stay at home in KC, which I feel bad for them, like, but at least they had a fun time, and the best part, like the Chiefs won that game. I also want to show you that was from Miss K. Yeah, I gotta admit, these are very cool. I'll say custom designable outfits. Like, yeah, which I hope SNA here does get something that's like the same, like because yeah, these look very awesome. There's the team with Patrick Mahomes and the rest of the guys, like with Carson Wentz and Noah Gray, Pacheco, Travis Kelsey, and there's one last but not least that I also want to show right here before moving on, but it says right here, Tavia like also celebrated Christmas Eve like with her family, and she posted 4 pictures of their celebration like on Instagram. Oh, sorry about that. Like and for the occasion, the Hunt family glammed up like in matching blue and but yeah, is what she wrote in the caption. Joy to the world, the Lord has come. In explanation, celebrate the greatest gift of all this Christmas Eve with love, faith, and family. As you unwrap your gifts out, and there's also a video you can watch right here as well. And then here's this where it says, yeah, all the Christmas presents in the world are worth nothing without the presence of Christ. And amen to that, like for Miss Hunt right there. Yeah, I cannot argue at that. Like, yeah, like if it wasn't for the son of the creator, like we wouldn't be celebrating Christmas right now. Like, so we cannot forget about that. Yeah, definitely for sure. But what are your thoughts onto these very cool photos from the family of the Chiefs owner himself, Clark Hunt? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But yeah, Tavia like had an active presence like on social media, especially like on Instagram. She frequently shares pictures and videos the platform, especially like from the Kansas City Chiefs matches. But speaking of that, uh, uh, this is uh, this is her new favorite video that Tavia said when it comes to reaction to Chiefs Christmas celebration, which we're going to get into that right now. But yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below on what your thoughts on how the Hunt family celebrate their Christmas, like and also yeah, having lots of fun with one of them like being like along with the festival like was yeah watching the Chiefs game and it says right here the Kansas City Chiefs had a memorable day on Christmas as they won their match like against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The team's official Instagram page shared a video of the team's Christmas celebration. The the team players and other officials including CEO Clark Hunt had a mega celebration with Santa Claus, sharing the video. The Chiefs wrote "Ho ho ho" about those Chiefs, which I know that's right. Yeah, which better myself, but yeah, these Chiefs like finally got another win, and this time it's a guaranteed that they're going to be number 1 seed. But yeah, but it's what Tavia reacted to this clip like and and call it like her favorite video ever, like saying this is my new favorite video ever in double explanations, and you can see it right here in the response. But it was the seventh consecutive win for the Chiefs, like in their match on Christmas. Like they defeated Pittsburgh 29-10. The Chiefs had like played 4 games in all of them. Like last Saturday, they won against Houston like 27-19, and prior to that, they registered an easy win over the Cleveland Browns, 21-7. And the funny thing about that, they for the last 3 weeks, like even though Cleveland like was the team that's not their very worst right now, nothing against them, but just saying came to Pittsburgh and Houston, you was not expecting the Chiefs was going to squash them like the way they did. Like on both the Saturday's game, which I reviewed, by the way, and now the Pittsburgh game I did yesterday, along with Baltimore and Houston. Like, yeah, I would never thought that they were actually going to blow them out. Like, I would expect a fight. I would expect this from Cleveland because they're not really a good team. Like, right now at this point, like, not trying to say that in an insulting way, but it's in a factual way. But, yeah, but Pittsburgh and Houston are really good, and I would have thought that they would have put up a fight even if the Chiefs did win both of those games. I did not know they were going to completely squash them. Like, they just completely buried those guys. And I feel bad for the likes of poor C.J. Stroud and Russell Wilson and their team for become victims of my boys, them back-to-back Chiefs. But yeah, but they had to be sacrificial lambs, like in order to make your favorite Super Ninja assassin and them boys, and like all of you assassinators that are also Chiefs fans, like give us what we want, and that is to become a 3 back-to-back time Super Bowl champs. Even if they win it by a field goal, I don't mind. That's what they did against Philadelphia, so I would not mind if they did that again. But let me know down in the comment section right down below on how you think they should win for those fellow Chiefs fans out there, just like your favorite Super Ninja Assassin on YouTube. But yeah, but the Chiefs fans, like, check out like the latest of the Chiefs schedule, like, and dive into the possibilities of depth charts, like for the season of 2024-2025. Yeah. But was that your favorite clip of the video? Like, which I wish I could show right now, but they're not showing anything. And now that would probably be my most favorite thing to do right now, just like I did, like when I even made my wrestling news video at the beginning of the year, like when it showed like when the Chiefs became Super Bowl champions, like and I showed like Patrick Mahomes was presented by a custom WWE Super Bowl belt, like in which it was the WWE Championship with the side plates that have the Chiefs on there, the logos, and fun to see. And now, and speaking of excitement, like exciting, if I'm being specific right now. Like, yeah, we got some more to talk about, like the Chiefs with Florio, like brace for Patrick Mahomes, like to potentially receive Russell Wilson's top Pittsburgh playmaker. Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson squared off against the squared off against each other for the third time in 2 seasons on Christmas. Like while Wilson like had the last year like to flex bragging like rights over Patrick Mahomes, like the Chiefs quarterback like took back those rights, winning the contest 29-10. And it says right here during the game, like wide receiver George Pickens was visibly upset, and based on a post-game interaction with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, one NFL analyst braced for what could come, and it is what he had to state right here on this on the post game show, like like there was a weird moment after the game when Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce are getting their big shiny red goats like them, like here comes Pickens out of nowhere, and hugging both of them, that the analyst said right here on this post show, on this Christmas edition of the Chiefs and Steelers Christmas Day game post show, and it's that moment made, and it's and this is what the wide receiver of the Steelers had to say on the matter. Like that moment made me think that this offseason he's 3 seasons in, he's eligible for a second contract. Like, what are they going to do at quarterback next year in question? Like, there's just a lot of factors like that come into that. But I'm starting to think that who knows in question. Like maybe it's reaching the end of the road. The Steelers and George Pickens. He added in a tease, and it says right here that Pickens has been widely claimed to be like the game changing wide receiver for Wilson, according to the sporting news. Like with Wilson's with his QB rates, completion, percentage, and win loss, have all taken hits without Pickens. And we're going to be exploring his contract status for Russell Wilson's top player. But before I get into that, I want to ask you your thoughts on George Pickens' very unusual embrace to the top quarterback and tight end in the NFL, which is Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Let me know would have done this. But given the top stars in the NFL right now, you could expect him to do this. But anyways, this is where we got Russell Wilson's wide receiver might have a shot of free agency, but his contract dictates that he wait over the cap. The wide receiver had one more season on his standard rookie deal, and as it currently stands, George Pickens could be a free agent as soon as the offseason following the conclusion of the 2025 season. However, Pickens would need to avoid getting hit with a fifth year option, on top of that, if he were to get hit, interested in adding him with a resume and or a history of quitting on teams for personal benefit. And could Pickens eventually end up with Patrick Mahomes, former Steelers and fellow receiver Juju Smith-Schuster in question? If any of the above quotes are used, credit pro football talk. Oh yeah, that's about Sportskeeda. Thank him by leaving a comment, But what are your thoughts on George Pickens' status of him being a wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers? And do you think he's going to be requesting his release anytime soon? Or do you think he's just going to let his contract expire? Or do you think he's going to re-sign the new deal? What are your opinions on? And if he does leave in some capacity against the Steelers, if I'm just speaking general here, do you think he would end up in a team like the Chiefs? Which I'm not sure, because if it's all about benefiting something, just about that, and nothing with them, if it's nothing an agreement for not re-signing a new deal with Pittsburgh and just honestly leaving, I'll say maybe that the Chiefs will probably give him some kind of an offer, or maybe he could go to another team that needs some wide receivers. But he would probably be a good addition to the Chiefs in some way, if you ask me. Like, just look at Juju Smith-Schuster right now. Like, with him being like being one of the primary receivers that Patrick Mahomes throw to, along with Xavier Worthy and DeAndre Hopkins, like which they are doing very phenomenal right now. Those are the three top best receivers that you can see in the NFL right now. To be completely honest, and some of y'all probably gonna be saying like, but like, yeah, you're just saying that because that's your favorite team. But no, like I'm saying this like because this is a general statement, like and an example, like because like even if I wasn't a Chiefs fan right now, like I still would be saying this right now. Like they are like the best like receivers in the franchise history. Like and they even showed they and Juju Smith-Schuster and DeAndre Hopkins proved that when they were in their respective teams of the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Funny thing I'm mentioning it because yeah, that because they just beat them like and that's their former team that they've been wide receivers with. And then around those years when they were becoming receivers, that's like becoming by the time like when Juju Smith-Schuster went to the Pittsburgh Steelers, like that's when Hopkins was already on the Texans like a couple years prior. Like and now like their Chiefs receivers, which Juju Smith-Schuster already won the Super Bowl with them back in 2022-2023 season. Now he's back on the Chiefs just about like a year and a half later, almost 2 years to be the exact. Yeah, which I believe, yeah, it's almost like 2 years. Like because the last time he was there was 2023 until we got traded by the until we got traded on the New England Patriots because he or was he released? I'm not sure, but but he realized that he was not getting anywhere ahead with the Patriots because at one time Brady's not there along with everybody else. And two, they're not getting quite better, even though like maybe they need a good overhaul. And if they did came back and got like a new Tom Brady, then I'll probably be somewhat of a fan of them of the Patriots. But for now, I'm a fan of them Chiefs because they know how to they get to the Super Bowl now, becoming the new Tom Brady, if not better, and with Patrick Mahomes showing that, and with the rest of the team being the next New England of the decade, I guess you could say. But yeah, again, let me know in the comment section right down below. Like, do you want to see like the but yeah, do you want to see Pickens like be a Chief, like just like the likes of DeAndre Hopkins and Juju Smith-Schuster? Like, but yeah, let me know down in the comments, like yeah, right down below. Which I would think they would not turn them down, but the only way they probably would do that if they was going to be doing that just to try like just doing like less of work and more of benefits into being on the Chiefs and even winning the Super Bowl like without winning the Super Bowl ring without doing anything. Like if he genuinely wanted to put in the work, then I could see the Chiefs could give him an offer of a contract. But moving on, we got Matthew Stafford's wife, like Kelly, like opens up about daughter their daughter Tyler's adorable interest in learning football. Like I've started like to develop like an interest in the sport. Like their father, like it says right here, like their father plays resurging like interest like in learning fail in the new episode of the Good Morning After podcast released like on Wednesday, Kelly recalled how her daughter Tyler snuggled like with her to watch the Los Angeles Rams beat the New York Jets like in the Week 17 clash, describing how Tyler kept like on asking so many questions about the game. Like, yeah, and said, I love that Tyler asked like if she could snuggle and watch the game with me. Like last night, like I was uh like all like oh my god, like and she had questions like she was just like mommy, like why do they like tackle that guy? Why don't they tackle everyone in question? Uh, like, why does the guy carrying the ball in question? And she said that she was he has the ball, and so you want to get him to the ground, because then the play is over. And and she was why doesn't he just give the ball to somebody else when he gets tackled in question, and she's asking these questions, and it's freaking adorable. And talking about kids, Kelly Stafford previously conversing around her kids while watching Rams games, and Matthew Stafford's I mean yeah, and also from the wife of Matthew Stafford, which we're going to get into in just a moment. But I'm going to ask you, what are your thoughts about this very adorable story that Kelly Stafford revealed? What her what her and her, what her and her and his and her, what her and her and his. And her husband's daughter do when they're watching their husband and father. Tyler's father and Kelly's husband is doing when he play against the Jets. And what are your thoughts on their daughter is interested in football, more specifically NFL? And do you think she will probably become the first ever female NFL player to get in the league, I guess you could say, or or let me know down in the comment section right down below about that. But I hope she gets to live her dreams and become a football player. I'm just saying, hopefully that will happen. I'd like to see somebody achieving their goals and their dreams, of whatever it is in life. I hope they do achieve that. But Matthew, but in that but in that same episode of the Morning After podcast, on December 10th, Kelly Stafford opened up about using bad words around her kids, especially while watching the Los Angeles Rams games, the LA Rams games, talking about how she doesn't regret cursing. How she doesn't regret cursing around them. This is what you had to say. You marry someone who loves sports, who's competitive like Matthew is. I'm sure he he was down there cursing up a storm, and I was in the suit cussing up a storm as well. Now my kids are used to it. They know those are adult words. You've talked about this, so I don't feel bad doing it in front of them. But but yeah, but that's what she concluded about her daughter, though, with her reference, when she was when she was two. But other than that, and it was one time, and I was absolutely not. Other than that, no, then on my belief, you're going to hear these words, like from people like me who are you're not expecting, and I don't want you ever to repeat them. Like Kelly Stafford, has been quite open about sharing her personal life podcast after her previous confession of using therapy. Like the podcaster, recently revealed that she has been battling with sleep issues. But yeah, I wish her like a in that case, I wish her a speedy recovery, and she finds a solution to 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 prevent her from whatever that's stopping her, preventing her from sleeping. Hopefully that goes away. Like whatever solution that she can find, I hope and pray that does happen. And but what are your thoughts on the assassin? What are your thoughts onto this very I'll say this very shocking confession of using some profanity words right in front of the kids, but tell them not to repeat her, like because these are adult words and they understand that, and that's a good sign. And she admitted that yeah, her daughter Tyler, like the one that likes football, like when she was 2, she used the sugar honey iced tea word, but other than that, she never used it again, with her correcting her, saying absolutely not at the time, which that's very funny. And the funny thing about this also, this is the first time I mentioned that word like in the podcast video, which I believe I I think but the first time I never saw the word sugar honey iced tea onto this onto these news sites on football. Yeah. But anyways, let's end today's football news with some. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Let's talk about. But yeah, let's end today's football news with where it means like to, a lot like to me said when Aaron Rodgers paid odd to President Barack Obama's personal letter, but NFL legend, like in a future Hall of Famer, Aaron Rodgers is known for his on-field uh, uh, game awareness, and skill. Also known for his off and controversies. However, Aaron Rodgers is smart enough to deflect these matters quickly, regardless. Like he doesn't shy away from expressing his viewpoint, like in the media, including his options of on politics, like so back in September 2017, he had an interview with Mina Kimes, of ESPN, where he spoke about his straight edge media statement and a special letter from the former president of the United States, Barack Obama. I don't know why, but anyways, this is what he had this to say, had this to say on the matter, which is something I still have. Like it means a lot. While like a while referring to the letter, he added a lot of times, you'll go back and even even with this interview, I'll go back and say maybe I should have said this, but in that moment, I said what I wanted to say. Like the thank you letter from President Obama was for a special incident that occurred during the post game media, the post game media conference in November 2015. The Packers faced the Lions for a match at Lambeau Field, which they lost 18-16. And however, before the match, a fan uh a fan shouted out anti is is a is a is in Islamic slogan anti is Islamic slogan because of a recent terrorist attack in Paris. The slogan triggered Rogers, who didn't hesitate to call out the fan in the media. And yeah, and that's what he mentioned onto this interview. I must admit, though, it was a I must admit, though, I was very disappointed with whoever the fan was, who made a comment that I thought was really inappropriate, during the moment of a silence, it's that kind of pro- project that I think puts a political party, yet he never hesitates to speak on common the president at the time of the United States. But even though I'm not a fan of politics, let alone with everybody in the office, well, not probably everybody entirely, but but most people in the office, I don't really agree with them on whatever decision they make because